today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 things a future version of myself told me. That's right, I connected with the future version of myself. I was in this beautiful retreat center back in February, but I had an experience where I got to tap into a future version of myself. If you want to hear more about that and that other part of the story of how that happened, I'm glad to share it. Leave me down a comment down below and I'll dive into it. But the main focus of this is 3 habits I was told to drop in order to step into being the highest, best version of myself. If I wanted to be on the same timeline that would align me with this version of myself that was very successful, was happy, was in better shape, was fully living their passion completely, and able to do anything they wanted to do in life, then the 3 things I needed to drop was first, binge watching. This means like sitting down and binge watching something repeatedly. Watching episodes is great. Watching TV has a lot of benefits that you can relax, enjoy, you can learn from, but I was invited to not get stuck in that trap because it's a lower vibrational thing when you begin to binge watch. Psychology has actually shown it's not great for our brain to watch more than 2 episodes back to back. After that point, we go into a lower state within the mind and we become into what's called droning or into distraction mode. And now this is the same as like doom scrolling on your phone where you're just trying to get a little hit of serotonin, a little hit of endorphins by scrolling around and watching all these things on your phone. There's nothing wrong with that, as I'm sure that's how you found this video. But when it eats up hours of your day, eats up hours of your time, it's past the moment of relaxation and has gone into the mode of avoiding or stepping away from the higher purposes of ourselves. The second thing it invited me to do was to quit cannabis. Now, me and cannabis have had a very beautiful relationship for a lot of years. It has helped me through some of the darkest times of my life, and it has given me amazing spiritual meditations. I've had amazing visions with cannabis. I've grown immensely. I've connected with my body. I've had Kundalini experiences with cannabis, and also stepping into that of realizing that there comes a time when you begin to abuse the medicine versus use the medicine. And maybe that's where I was at in this state, but it was also this level of I've had her as a part of my life for so long that in order to step into the next version of myself, the 2.0 version, the 3.0 version of myself, whatever version you want to call it, in order to level up, it was time to lay down that mana creature, to lay down her and let her serve others. Many others still need her, many others connect with her, and that's a lesson I've even learned from being in Peru and connecting with plant medicine, was that cannabis is one of those medicines that helps people awaken to their truest potential, helps people wake up into spirituality greatly, because either they're using it unconsciously and it will lead them to use it consciously, or they're using it consciously and they're having spiritual awakenings or having spiritual connections with it like I was. But there comes a time when if you use her too much, she begins to show you your shadow self, and you step more into being your shadow self versus your truest self. Now, that's not telling anyone what to do with their life. You make your own decision. You ask yourself your relationship with cannabis. You ask your relationship with binge watching and ask, is it serving or is it not serving? Is this helping me be who I want to be, or is it taking me away from who I want to be? Am I feeling fulfilled and enlightened, or am I feeling distracted? Am I happy and joyful, or is this leading me into zoning out and depression, or into not connectivity, not being able to connect with others, feeling detached, and so forth. The third habit, which makes the most sense, but also was a big slap in the face of realizing I was doing this, and I was doing it more unconsciously than I thought, but that it was a great detriment to me, and that is negative self-talk. This is like where you put yourself down, or you get after yourself, or I was allowing the judge within me, my inner critic, my judge, to be so loud that when I did something that maybe I wasn't the most proud of, or it wasn't perfect, like if I didn't do it perfectly, or I didn't do it to the highest standard, then I would be beating myself up. Or if I had a conversation with somebody and I realized at the end of it, oh man, I kind of got a little more vulnerable there than I wanted to be, I felt awkward about it, or like I would be over analyzing and have this negative talk about, oh, did you see how their body language was on this? Or, oh, did you notice that you could have done something like this? Or, silly things, like even when I get mad or I get upset, or even with binge watching, even with cannabis, even with other activities I would choose to distract myself, I would have this negative self-talk come in and be like, seriously, look at how much of the day you've wasted. Look at all this time you're wasting. You said you want to get to point A, you want to get to point B, and you're at point A, but you keep going downward. Or, hey man, you're not living enough high vibe activities. You're not filling your day with enough income creating activities or enough filling up yourself to the highest version of yourself means that I would actually be harsh on myself. And so I need to drop that negative self-talk. So that's something, if you have any kind of inner critic that's beating you up, any kind of negative self-talk, there's this interesting trap within personal development or spirituality that us humans fall into when it's everybody in the world deserves forgiveness and love and compassion, and everyone's doing the best they can, except for me, except for the self. Everyone deserves to have love and light, and no one should be hard on themselves, except for me. And that's the trap, is that when we do that, and that's what I was actually falling into, where I was very helpful to people, I would encourage my clients, I would help people that I knew, I would be doing so many good things in the world, but then I was beating myself up. So these are three things that actually lower our energy immensely. These are three things that actually dam up our energy. And by dam up, I mean like a dam in the water. So like when water is coming down a river, they dam it up to collect that water, and that's perfectly okay. But when we do that to our own energy field, when we do that to our own self-being, we're damming up our potential. We're damming up our energy. We're damming up the chi and prana within us that actually blocks us from living at our best self, that blocks us from being our highest version of ourselves. And that's exactly what I was doing here. All right, hope you're having a great and awesome day. Just wanted to share this message with you. Felt called to bring it forth. Peace and love, my friends. Keep being your awesome selves. And please don't be negative to yourself. Talk to you soon.